Okay, now is this working? Okay, now it's working. YouTube just had a big fit about that. Didn't expect that to happen that way. Now let's see what happens. Everything looks good to me now. Okay. Now I think everything is going swimmingly. Okay. Good Lord. Just didn't want to take it right the first time, so I had to just redo it twice. Now it seems to be working. What a frustrating start to the stream. Thank you, YouTube and Kick. Actually, Rumble, it's probably Rumble's fault. Realistically, I'm using their platform to do this. So if I had to guess, probably Rumble's fault. More than likely. It's been acting a little weird as of late. But everything seems to be working now. Let me see this. Just didn't want to take it right the first time. Okay. So if I had to guess, probably Rumble's. A little bit of a delay there, extra delay. A lot more of a delay than I expected, but that's okay. Please use a keyframe for it comes to some keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. And yet I have no possible way of changing that at all. Hey, Lucids. Yeah, I'm going to wait on everyone to come back in. So we're going to go back over this James O'Keefe video here. It was just a big messed up situation there. Had to restart the stream 3 times for it to finally take and get it everywhere. To Kick, to Rumble, and to YouTube. So it just decided to act up. Decided to act up really bad. Does that sometimes. Good old technology. You know, can't rely on it for anything. For any reason whatsoever. Let's see. But you can always fix it. Okay, 3 people in here now. There we go. That's how it's going to be going up. I'll wait for some people to get in here. Hopefully that didn't just screw up all my notifications for going live. You know, send everybody there and they click on the wrong thing and then they see I'm not live and then it's like, oh, well, too bad. You know, so. Oh, boy. Exit live now. Put this in the... Okay. See if I can salvage this a little bit. Oh, good. That's not working. Oh, good. That's not going to work either. Okay. Nope. Everything's frozen on that screen. That's cool. No reason. I'm going to... Tonight, this is what I'm going to do. What's your guys' favorite browser other than Brave browser? Because I use that for my other channels. What other browser is good that I can use instead of DuckDuckGo browser? Because this is trash. This is probably the worst experience of browsers I've had out of any browser. And it's crazy bad. It's crazy how bad it is. No, I'm just going to have to exit that. Okay, that's cool. All right. Super duper cool. I'm going to go ahead and delete this one. This is, Yep, it's going to take 9,000 years to delete that. That's great. No, I'll just use this to go to YouTube. Yeah, I'll go ahead and leave. There we go. Yep, DuckDuckGo browser's it's garbage. It's garbage. I can't even load anything in it now. I have no issues with any other one. I could literally use Edge, you know, Internet Explorer, and not have this bad of a time. That's what's crazy about this. I'm not even kidding. I could actually just genuinely use Microsoft Edge and not have this awful of a time. I have no idea what is going on, but everything is freezing up. So, Firefox, yeah, I may just have to download Firefox. Maybe that will just be better. Firefox is super woke. It's like they steal a lot of data and stuff, but it may just be better than DuckDuckGo at this point. Because I literally cannot get anything to work. I cannot get anything to load here. This is this is a bad experience by far. It's a really bad experience using this browser. Maybe with a new tab, it'll load up. Okay, so with a new tab, it's loading up. There we go. I am going to go to my channel real quick. and go to posts. Oh, wait. Let's go home first. Let's take this. Let's share this. And then I'm going to go to posts and say, there we go. Okay. Now, hopefully people will see that post that may have gotten the original notification and click that instead. So we can do that. Okay, now let's get into this. What's Yandex? Huh. I think they knew what they were doing with that name. Yeah. Yeah, right? Absolutely. Alrighty, it's good to see you guys here. I think I got everything going now. Everything's good. We're going to be jumping into this James O'Keefe video here. He gets, you know, as you all know, he goes undercover. Well, not him personally. He gets people to go undercover and then gets them to spill the beans, per se, of whatever person he's undercover interviewing. Gets them to spill the beans, whether it be a top secret, like, I don't know, scientist working for the government, to, you know, big pharma, other people like that. Well, this time he has a CIA agent who's talking about everything, spilling the beans to this date that he has, that he's been getting, he's got honeypotted, and is explaining everything about his job and what happened with his investigation on Epstein. So this is going to be interesting, to say the least. So let's go ahead, we'll play this out, and we'll see what happens.
It's not talked about yet, but it's soon to come out.
It's soon to come out.
He was a CIA.
He was a CIA.
So they're going to release this info.
I think he's protecting a lot of other people. He's not protecting himself because there's nothing there, but he's protecting a lot of people. Because Trump's now saying it's a hoax, of the case like a hoax or something. I'm like, come on, you know it's not a hoax. He's been on the plane, you know, many times. Mm-hmm. It's just he was never on the plane with the kids. I've seen the itineraries and I've interviewed all the victims. There's never been an instance where Trump was on a plane with these kids and a rape occurred. But that can't be said for Clinton, and it can't be said for others. While the Clintons were on the plane, while Bill Clinton was on the plane, there were rapes that occurred.
That's pretty crazy. Now, for Trump to be covering up any of these people involved, okay? The guy didn't directly say Bill Clinton did this to the kids. I don't know why, unless, you know, maybe he didn't, but it's kind of weird, right? Clinton was on the plane when these occurred. Is that some sort of blackmail that they're holding over Clinton? What's going on there specifically? I really genuinely want to know. It's very, very, very strange. Now, anyway, this James O'Keefe, if you guys are not following James O'Keefe, y'all are crazy. You should definitely be following him. For sure. And he needs all the help he can get. He's one of the few guys that are on the ground getting very sensitive information from very dumb people who are very easily tricked by a really pretty lady.
Heard at Phoenix Airport on September 8th, 2025. A senior Justice Department investigator who personally worked on the Epstein case tells all. Glenn Prager, who has reviewed Epstein itineraries and has interviewed Epstein.
Now, they have all of his info, so they're able to absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, show that this guy is the guy who would be doing the job he claims to be doing. He's got all of the credentials. So, you know, pretty straightforward there, right?
Epstein's victims drops a bombshell. He says that the DOJ did not want to go after Epstein because he's a CIA asset, that the evidence from his investigation confirms that Bill Clinton was present for alleged rapes on the Lolita Express, and that President Trump was not present for the rapes that Glenn Prager investigated.
I wish I bought that Alex Jones
but that
shirt.
He is protecting
he flashed that,
a lot of other people
janky
that were.
How about this whole,
it's rape.
this whole Epstein thing? That's like what you're saying.
I worked on that case. I used to interview all the victims. And then my picture was 20 to 30 victims.
I used to interview all the victims.
Palm Beach.
Wouldn't you do that when you were interviewing twice?
And stuff like that.
You would just daily interview.
We would go ready to go to trial. And they would flip. Epstein would just pay them off, and they were just like these little kids. They pay off their family. They're all broke kids and poor families and all. So you pay them off like anywhere from $150,000 to $500,000, nothing in that guy's world.
Prager there describes how the victims that he interviewed were paid off by Epstein right before going to trial. Prager has worked as an investigator inside the Department of Justice for over 20 years. According to Prager's LinkedIn About page, it says that during the tenure at DOJ, Prager served as an inspector overseeing sensitive investigations involving major DOJ components, including the FBI, DEA, Bureau of Prisons, U.S. Marshal Service, ATF, and the U.S. Attorney's offices. This seems to corroborate
It should be
what Prager
illegal.
told us.
It should be absolutely illegal to be able to seal away any court case where there's a settlement. I don't think, I don't like that you can have an undisclosed settlement. I just don't like that. I think if two people are disputing and one of the people's in the wrong, it should be public. It should absolutely be public knowledge. It's like, oh, they got to pay an undisclosed amount. No, tell us the amount. I want to know the amount, and I want to know why they accepted it. We should be able to have all the details. We certainly should be able to have all the details, no matter who it's from.
Was tasked with interviewing Epstein's rape victims and investigating
those
flight
files
logs.
should be sealed.
On his backpack in the airport, we spotted an embroidered FBI patch, which caught the attention of our citizen journalist.
I'll tell you this, because no, it's not talked about yet, but it'll soon come out that he was a CIA informant.
He was a CIA.
Or he wasn't a CIA.
Although
you can
many
hear
have
her voice.
suspected it to be the case, this is the first time a Department of Justice official has confirmed that Epstein worked for the CIA and is a foreign asset.
So DOJ.
Interesting, though. So he's definitely working for Israel, and that's interesting. And the United States, but why? What specific, use case does this have?
Was settling a case, and they were just letting him, do house arrest they minimized his arrest. Part of that is because all the victims kept on flipping, and they didn't have anyone to go to trial with. The more importantly part is they didn't want to go after him. He's a asset for the United States and Israel for the CIA. I just know that's what he was, and that's why he was protected so long for this. And people turned a blind eye about all this garbage that he was doing in the United States. He had a lot of secrets. More about Israeli stuff than anything else. I mean, he was doing stuff for Israel and the United States. He's working for both.
Glenn Prager, the Department.
Now that's interesting, because that takes a little bit of a different spin from, all the groypers out there who are like, oh, Israel is controlling the United States. You know what I mean? And then all the extreme left-wing people who are also saying the same thing, but it doesn't seem to be the case. It seems to be on equal footing for some reason. He's working for them both. What could this, I'm trying to figure out if that information's accurate. What possible benefit would it be? You know what I'm saying? It's a little strange. BlackRock, WEF, something. Yeah, they're all connected. He could be working for the Rothschild. He could be doing all that. But the specific thing is I would like to know specifically why those two countries and why not just one or the other. You know what I mean? So he could be working for Israel in a sense of getting dirt on politicians, right? But on the other foot, if he's working for the United States government, how does that make sense? Why would they need him to work for them at that point? It's all weird to me.
Of Justice investigator on the Epstein case then talks about whether President Trump was involved. Many are trying to tie Trump to Epstein, but what Glenn Prager says is that Trump wasn't present during the inappropriate sexual behavior that he was investigating. But Prager does say that Bill Clinton was, backed up by his experience interviewing the victims and reviewing the Epstein.
Be hilarious. I would want 6 cameras so bad. And every single time I would switch a camera, I would just look the opposite way of the camera every single time. I think it would be very funny to do. It just always captures the back of your head. I just think that would be a very, very funny little skit to do. Just be a hyper I don't know, camera-oriented content creator have like 30 cameras in front of me and you just always make sure the back of your head's it's visible in every camera.
Lolita Express itineraries, quote, they killed the Epstein list to protect the Clintons.
So why is Trump still protecting the Clintons? I don't understand this. Has Trump been in league with the Clintons the whole time? Was my 2016 prediction, like, correct? As a kid, that'll blow my mind if I was right back then. You know what I mean? That the Clintons and Trump are just actually one and the same. And it turns out Trump's putting on a big face, but just, you know, trying to divert everyone's attention away from what the Clintons are doing and allowing the Clintons to keep going on and doing their garbage. It makes me wonder. It genuinely makes me wonder. I have no idea.
They claim that, that Trump's, involved in the rapes and all that stuff, and he wasn't. I mean, I've seen the agendas, I've seen the itineraries, and I've interviewed all the victims. There's never been an instance where Trump was on a plane with these kids and a rape occurred. But that can't be said for Clinton, and it can't be said for others. I remember that it was being killed because I know Clintons were on there. And
The Clintons were on there.
100%. And while the Clintons were on the plane, while Bill Clinton was on the plane, there were rapes that occurred. And that's what I'm saying. Trump, although as many flights as there were and all that kind of stuff, and on the island and all that stuff, he was never there during a single alleged rape. But that Clinton for sure. And that's where the big cover-up was.
That's interesting. But why? I just need to know why Trump is covering this up. It's absolutely wild to me. Now, here's the thing, too. He says the Clintons, but then he iterates that it's Bill. So far, he hasn't said Hillary or their kid. So I'm really confused by that. So the Clintons or just Bill?
The Department of Justice investigator inside the Trump Justice Department says that while Trump may not have been present during the crimes that Prager investigated, it is clear that Trump is, quote, protecting a lot of people.
I don't know what's new that I have never seen that he's so hesitant to now show what's going on, and releasing all those files and stuff like that. I think he's protecting a lot of other people. He's not protecting himself because there's nothing there, but he's protecting a lot of people.
The citizen journalist boarded America.
I don't like that. I don't like that Trump is protecting anybody. He absolutely should not be. This needs to just be over and done, And I think the reason why, I wonder if Trump is going to delay the list. I think I've kind of had a thought about this early on. Way early on, whenever the list, back in March and April, whenever it was apparent that this list isn't going to come out. But we were still waiting for it. They haven't quite fully dropped it all yet. I wonder if there are a lot of people on Trump's team that are on that list. And Trump is like, oh my God, I just got to get my stuff done first before my second term is up, and make sure that I secure a second term win, or not second term, but the midterms. Make sure that we secure a midterm win, and then he can properly out these people, fire them, or something like that. If he's like, this is the team I have, it took forever for them to confirm it, and they confirmed people that were underneath Trump that he thought were trustworthy and weren't again. They pulled a fast one on him again. And I think they did. I think Pam Bondi is a total snake. And I think Kash Patel is also a total snake. I think both of them are establishment. And they fought, the establishment fought tooth and nail to, confirm. But unfortunately, as it turns out, they were only pretending to fight tooth and nail. They were going to vote for him the whole time. They just made it really difficult and acted like they were fighting. But then put in two snakes right next to Trump. And I wonder if Trump's like, oh, they're on the list? Oh, they're also working for me? And, oh, I can't confirm another person till whenever? Or if I keep having to try and confirm people, they're just going to keep slow rolling me and keep putting people in there that are snakes? So I wonder if he's just trying to delay all of this until the end and eventually let this out. Because this guy said it is going to come out that Epstein was CIA. That tells me Trump is planning on releasing this. But he probably has to do it behind these people's back at a later date. I think Trump knows more than what the establishment realizes. And I think he's trying to keep them at bay and pretend like he trusts them. Could be wrong about it, too. Could be that Trump has dear friends that he really, really, really values. and is like, I can't let these people go down like this. Who knows? Also, don't forget he's trying to alter the term limits of the president. He wants to have the 8-year limit only for 2 consecutive terms. Yeah, I mean, it depends. I can get behind it one way or the other. I don't necessarily care too much per se. The only issue is, if we get a really, really, really bad president, we're screwed for almost a decade. That might not be great. You know what I mean? Maybe 6 years. I could probably go 6 years. I think we could get a lot done in 6 years. 2 6-year terms instead of 2 4-year terms. I don't know. A lot of people say that's unconstitutional, but it's an executive order that made that happen. It's not in the Constitution. It never has been. The president that signed it over on the executive order was oh God, it wasn't Eisenhower. It was Roosevelt, wasn't it? Was it Roosevelt? I believe it was Roosevelt. So it's not like it's in the Constitution or anything like that. But I don't know. Maybe it's fine the way it is. Who knows?
American Airlines Flight 1634 and landed in D.C. Monday at 8 o'clock at night and proceeded to go to dinner with this man, this DOJ investigator, at a restaurant called Blue Duck Tavern. Glenn Prager dislikes the fact Trump said the Epstein scandal is a hoax, but he also says, according to the evidence from his investigation, that Trump is not covering up for himself.
Because Trump's now saying it's a hoax, the case is like a hoax or something. I mean, come on, you know it's not a hoax. He says a lot of stupid stuff. He's been on the plane, many times. Mm-hmm. It's just he was never on the plane with the kids. People want to tie it to him and say he's covering up for himself, but he's not.
Now, this is a very good thing for President Trump and seemingly exonerates him from many people who claim that he was doing something inappropriate himself.
Now.
This dinner went on for an
JD
hour
Vance is the
and
next
45 minutes
order, in my
as
opinion.
this Department of Justice investigator revealed.
Which further step? What do you mean? I mean, who knows? Who knows if Trump is serious or not? Trump has said so many things that he's not even serious about. So, when Trump says that he's thinking about doing something, with Trump, you just got to wait until he does it. Otherwise, it could just fade into nothing. Trump, he'll sit there and float ideas. He'll be like, I don't know. Maybe I should do this. What do you guys think of that? And then he just generally waits for a reaction. And if the reaction's not big enough, he kind of just goes quiet on it. I think he takes a lot of feedback from the people, which is a very, very good thing to do. Just depends. I don't know. I never take Trump serious until he's down at his desk making an executive order. You know what I mean? That's the moment you know it's actually happening. You never know if something's happening before that. You never know at all. Look at what he said about Chicago. I'm sending the troops to Chicago. Next place I'm going, Chicago. Bam, Memphis. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, okay. Memphis. Yeah, that's what he meant by Chicago. Now he's saying he'll do Chicago again. It's probably going to be like in Oregon or something. So you just don't know with Trump. And he might have a reason for that. He may have a reason for saying stuff like that. He may be trying to get the left hyped up on something else. And then he, bam, just jumps him with playing a game of chess here. Jumps him with the knight. You know what I mean? Completely goes over the mark where he said he was going to go. He points out a square saying, I'm going to go here. And then he puts it on a different square. Keeps people on their toes. Or he's just, I don't know. Has ADHD. Who knows?
Things to a stranger that the leadership of the FBI and the Department of Justice has not. Prager revealed more information about Trump's hesitation to be fully transparent with the Epstein case, gave us some details about internal gripes against FBI Director Kash Patel from within the FBI, and he detailed a developing feud between Kash Patel and Attorney General Pam Bondi. If you'd like to see more of that conversation in the restaurant,
whoa, hold on.
The FBI, and he detailed a developing feud between Kash Patel and Attorney General Pam Bondi.
Oh, okay. Kash Patel might not necessarily be a snake. I wondered. Pam Bondi, I'm so confident. I'm so overly confident that Pam Bondi is a snake. I don't think she's doing the right things, and that may explain why, because she ultimately is going to be the biggest, she's really going to be pumping the brakes on everything. So it very well could just be a Pam Bondi issue, but I don't know yet. It would be smart if the establishment staged a fight between them two. Keep Kash in there a little longer. Put the blame on Pam for now. Cash keeps doing his thing for a little while longer, slows Trump down quite a bit. But maybe it is just Pam. Who knows?
If you'd like to see more of that conversation in the restaurant, you may subscribe to OMG and find it on our website.
Who is like the one name where you're like, oh my God?
Here he is.
Carrot Top. Oh. It just
there, is
pulls
this
up
Glenn?
Carrot Top.
Yes.
Oh my
You
God, that'd be
work for the
so
Department
funny.
of Justice, correct?
It was just like, I don't even know. Like, you just see he's made a puppet. I probably can't actually say that on stream. Never mind. I'm not going to say that on stream. I can't do that on
You
YouTube.
don't work for the Department of Justice. You had a
But,
patch on
he-
your back
he's got a
that
pull
said
string.
FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation, in the airport.
Yeah.
And you talked about how you interviewed the Epstein people, all the Epstein victims. Do you recall that conversation?
I didn't. I don't know. How can I help you?
I wanted to confirm that you, in fact, did work for the department. Hang on with the phone. Let's try calling him again. Glenn?
I'm not talking to you.
Well,
I don't know who you are. I'm not talking to you.
You already did speak to my friend.
Oh, he's getting frustrated. He's getting hung up on. That's funny. I would be too. I get frustrated when people just hang up. But it's like, and I did this. So some of y'all don't know this. I got really, really, really frustrated with customs up where Hassan was. Remember when Hassan got held? I simply called multiple times to them to get through to this lady. And I was like, hey, can I get it? Can I confirm? Like, I'm trying to help you guys out. I'm trying to interview you, kind of see what happened. I don't need any personal information or any of that. I just want to know, did you guys violate anybody's rights? Did you violate Hassan Piker's rights? And she got so mad at me. So mad at me. And I'm like, I'm just giving you every out. All you got to say is the legal thing. We never violated anybody's rights. And that's all I would have needed. But she was just being an absolute cunt and actually blocked my number. So, if you're in customs for Chicago, I think it was Chicago, right? Wherever that was. Garbage people who think they don't have to answer to the public. They think they're better than that. And it's insane. Because they're not a private company. It was customs enforcement. Just absolutely ridiculous. So, just letting you know, the people in customs, they need taken down a peg or two.
Hey, now stop talking. I don't know who you are.
I'm a journalist. I need your help, sir.
I'm not talking to you or any journalists about anything.
Did you interview the Epstein victims?
I can't talk to you.
Sir.
Yeah.
On the heels of releasing this story, I wanted to emphasize just how touching it was for me to see Erica Kirk stand on stage in front of those 74,000 people in the stadium and say that she forgives the assassin.
This is part of his video. If you guys want to watch that, I don't want to just show his whole video. If it's not part of the interview, is this where it ends? Okay, here we go. What is this? Oh, okay, here we go. There's some new information, I think. Let's get to this here. Yeah, definitely do his tips. Here, let me get my face out of the way for this part, just so you guys can do this. Everybody should be supporting James O'Keefe for sure.
The right thing. In the last few weeks, I've reached out to top officials in the Department of Justice repeatedly ahead of these reports.
Yeah, James needs to call him on the
attorneys
lady's
even
phone
sent
for
a
sure.
letter to the FBI Director Kash Patel.
Okay.
There seems to be more of an interest, generally speaking, in covering their ass instead of telling the truth. While we expect that of the previous administrations, we expect better of the Trump administration.
Agreed.
And those who campaigned on the promise of transparency. Now, I was advised...
Agreed for sure. We don't know what's going on yet. I hate that there's anything classified. I think Trump should actually just declassify almost everything. But if there's something in the middle of his investigation going on, if there's a good investigation going on at the moment, then I would genuinely like to know. You know what I mean? If there's an investigation and he just can't say anything. That would be good enough for me for now to be like, hey, look, okay, we see all this came out. Our guy talked to you. We're going to come out and we're going to address this. Guys, all we're going to say is there is an ongoing investigation. We're not taking questions at this time, but you guys will have the answers. I'd be like, fair enough. It's all it would take. I just want to know that they acknowledge this. That would be fine for me. Totally understand. But there could be an operation going on here for them trying to weed out people in the government right now. I think... I have my doubts about it, though. And the reason why is because Trump could just shut down every department and have his team look through all the department files and stuff and get people out of there. And that's what frustrates me the most. I don't know what's going on, but I can tell you this, the American people are sick and tired of it. And we're going to find out what's going on one way or the other. And don't make us do it the hard way.
Reaching out far ahead of time would lead to this story being suppressed, something that my team, and I dare say all of the people who actually voted for this administration, can't comprehend. But these reports are going to continue coming out, and they will not be partisan or political. They're going to cut across the political divide.
Hey, Raziel.
Because this is not a political mission, and I am not a political person. It is my mission to clean up society through transparency, accountability, and the truth. I wrote last week, the legacy of Charlie Kirk is to do the right thing for the right reasons. And reflecting on his legacy, I saw a remarkable change within him in the last couple years, but especially the last couple months of observing him from afar and also knowing
Still
him
talking
personally.
about Charlie Kirk and all,
I
though.
reached out to Charlie to solicit
So this is
his
probably the end of the video here. Okay, we're good on this. Great video, honestly. This is all the end. He's talking about Charlie Kirk and stuff, which is absolutely fantastic. It's just, you know, I don't want to steal the thunder of his video. So everyone should go to O'Keefe Media Group. I don't know why I was not subscribed. What the heck? All on there. Absolutely ridiculous. Only 407,000 subscribers, too. Dude's got less subscribers right now than a lot of really, really popular, like, well, a lot of popular people in general. Didn't he gain control over, what's it called? Project Veritas? Project Veritas? Yeah. Didn't he get control of over them again? What happened with that? He really needs to, like, merge that back together. This is crazy. Facts, Bill Clinton was 49 and Monica was 22. He was married, president, he lied publicly. Well, yeah, we all know that. Okay, anyway. So that's that. Too bad I couldn't actually watch the video here. Because, you know, garbage. DOJ investigator, Prager reached out offering a response to our report. Oh, okay, so he actually did reach out. Okay, so this is a big update. I was approached in what I believed was a casual, non-professional context, and I later learned the individual was misrepresenting themselves. Well, I don't know about that. Thinking it was simply, and you shouldn't be talking to people anyway then. Like, if you can't say it out loud, don't. That's your fault. Stop trying to push the blame off. You told this person. They can tell whoever they want. Thinking it was simply a personal banter, I responded in kind. Any remarks from that exchange should not be interpreted as accurate statements or reflective of my actual work. So you're a liar. He's just saying I'm a liar. Conduct or opinions. I want to ensure that there is no confusion caused by that misleading interaction. Please stop calling and texting. It was approaching harassment. No, it's not. No, it's not at all. You made statements. It's not harassment. Get over yourself. Printing any story related to my opinion is misleading and or is completely inaccurate. Why? Because you're a liar? Sounds to me like you don't need a job. If you're lying about everything you said, sounds to me like Trump has every right to fire you. To make it perfectly clear, I was not involved in any way, and any opinions are based on public information. So, now this guy is trying to claim that he absolutely is lying. So, it is kind of wild. If that's the case, he needs to be reprimanded. You know? Just absolutely crazy. You know, he was trying to show off, fluff up. He could have been. It's possible. That or he is very afraid of the comments he made. Now, he said it's going to come out. And that's interesting because if it comes out, then we know for a fact that it's real, you know? So, why between both, though? Why between Israel and the United States? Why not one or the other, you know? Yeah. Oh, God. Bro saw those Epstein files? Yeah, I think so. You know? It is crazy, you know? Number of arrests, you know? That would go a long way explaining this exactly. Here, one second. Let's see. Benghazi. Yep. None whatsoever. All the stuff's on the list. Bill Clinton swears he's never been on the Lolita Express and he's never met Rachel Chandler and he's never been to an island, but there was a photograph of Bill Clinton with a 14-year-old Rachel Chandler on the Lolita Express on the way to one of his 27 trips to the island. Yeah. I don't know if that's a real photo or not. No idea anymore. I just can't trust a single thing on the internet nowadays with AI. So there's that. You can make anything look like anyone with AI now. But, yeah. Please jail wealthy elites for minors. Best I could do is put... Why is this a meme? Who made this? Who made this for real? Like, best I could do is put in hate speech laws. Like, that's such a bad joke on a bad deal. Like, come on. Put a little bit more effort into that. Like, even the Photoshop. You could use Grok to just be like, hey, can you make this, like, work? You know? I don't know. Seems pretty easy to me. Anyway, guys, let's get into the next topic here. What's the next topic? I probably want to go into... You know, let's just talk about the attack that went on. I think there's updates on it, right? Let's see. Which one do I want to do? I could just... Let's go ahead and go to the... We'll get ICE pulled up. Let's see. Ugh. There you go. Calm under your spell. Okay, that's a weird one. Last time I checked, ICE is not detaining legal citizens. Yeah, there's that. They'll do anything for ice cream. Good, good, good. Okay. Let's see. Did I have it? Actually, did I have it pulled up already? Was it this? No, Lance. No, not this one either. I thought I did. I thought I had it pulled up. I know JD Vance has been absolutely on fire as of late. Jimmy Kimmel. Okay, I'll just have to pull up any of the ICE stuff. I know we have his, like, face now. What is this? Shocking behavior between ICE, who are supposed to be protecting people. I have no evidence whatsoever that this is ICE, specifically. Oh, I see. This is whenever they started assaulting these people and they were pushing them back away, saying, get away from the door. Yeah, that's whenever they came up, and they're saying that ICE is at fault. This is the protesters that are sitting in front of ICE, not letting them do their job. Yeah, I don't care what happens to them at this point. You know? Absolutely do not care. I'll just type in this, I guess. Let's see. So where's the guy? Let's see. What I read about he shot blindly into the area of the building. He had not entered to try and hit ICE agents. Hit 3 illegals. Epic fail. Yeah, he was probably really scared. I think he was just really, really scared. You know? 6 terror attacks in 2 weeks from leftists. You know, pretty typical of leftists there, isn't it? Charlie Kirk, 2 men planting a bomb on Fox News van. Shooting ABC station. Bomb threat against RFK Jr. Free Palestine wedding shooter. The attack on ICE today. Yeah. Crazy how that happens, isn't it, guys? Isn't it wild? Isn't it just absolutely wild how many people on the left are just literally committing a terror? You know what I mean? Where is the update? Here he is. Here's the freak. This is the guy right here. Just so people know. Joshua John. We could see he had a crazy, crazy mother. Let's see. It was, let's pull this up. Right? Who turned it on himself after mistakenly hitting 3 migrants instead. Was a leftist gamer into furries whose sister, Kyoko John, has ties to the LGBTQ OnlyFans community and whose mother, Sharon John, is a left-wing activist teacher. Wow. That's crazy, isn't it? Odd, huh? Just interesting how that works. Is it a sister or is it a trans? Like, for real. Have no idea, right? Looks like brothers here. That looks like the person, right? Doesn't this look like that? I'm thinking I'm thinking that that's not a her. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking that's not a her. Thinking that's a him. Pretty sure. What do you guys think? Yeah, it looks like it to me. So yeah, super duper left-wing family and everything, you know. How are they going to argue their way out of this one? Well, let's see if there is a way to argue out. I'm just going to check with Destiny. So, Destiny made a newer post. The anti-Trump West Coast debate tour still on and sold out in LA, so get your tickets fast before they're gone. So, I pulled it up to see. Let's see. Phoenix, Arizona, pretty left-wing area. Los Angeles, California, left-wing area. San Francisco, California, left-wing area. Portland, Oregon, left-wing area. Seattle, Washington, left-wing area. That's the only places where you can go to see Destiny. Huh. Crazy. It's almost like, you know, his whole debate me, bro, anti-Trump thing isn't going to have very many people there to debate him. He really set the stage up in his favor, didn't he? Pretty typical. Charlie Kirk would go around to blue states and blue cities. Destiny won't. He will refuse every time because he's a coward. He's absolutely scared to debate people because he knows he'll lose now. His arguments are not grounded in reality anymore at all. He used to be a decent debater back about 5-6 years ago. Now, he's just a washed-up coward. That's it. He has failed in every aspect of his life. He has lost every single streaming platform just about and gets about a quarter of the views he used to. Nobody cares about this guy anymore. And it's taking a toll on him. Destiny needs to go down to MAGA country, Chicago, right? Yeah. Chicago, huh? I even so, that might be starting to change a little bit too much against him. So anyway, I just wanted to pull that up. Let's see, we did that. There's not much to glean off that. It's just pure left-wing person. They're still trying. There's a lot of people saying, well, he got migrants, so therefore he's, right-wing. And it's just like, yeah, no, there's no saving these people anymore. No saving these people whatsoever. So let's talk about tranny on the run. Okay, can I say that? Trans on the run? Trans on the run. Yeah. Update. Lance Twiggs is missing. Hasn't returned back to his condo since the feds took him out arrested him. His Infinity. Oh, I didn't know you spelled that with an I at the end of it. Is that right? I've never looked at the spelling of the car, Infinity. I just always assumed it was spelled correctly. Still parked out front. His plumber tools still in the back. Is it bad that I think a trans furry has a different definition for plumber's tools? Is that, do I need to get into that? I don't think I do. Lights still on in condo. Mail piling up. Where is he? Boyfriend of Tyler Robinson. The Charlie Kirk assassin. Is Twiggs protective custody? Okay, well, let's get into it. So it seems here. When was this posted? Let's see. This was posted September 23rd. So, Tyler Robinson's trans partner flees couple's Utah townhouse after Charlie Kirk. Okay, let's see what actually is happening, though. The transgender live-in boyfriend of Charlie Kirk assassin appears to have fled their cozy Utah townhouse, leaving mail piling up outside as he faces mounting criticism for not turning the accused killer in after he confessed to the hateful slaying, of course. Lance Twiggs, 22, had also been cooperating with authorities since his partner, Tyler, was, also 22. Okay, we already know. Okay, mail spotted piling up. Okay, he's got a couple things in his door. He's got 2 packages on the porch. Both of those, I believe, will probably go into any orifices. Anyway, Jesse Riley, who lives just a few houses down from the couple, said he hadn't seen any recent signs of life in the apartment. It definitely is a shock it happened here. It's a quiet neighborhood. You know your neighbor on your left or your right, but people are pretty isolated. I don't know. This is more of like a chameleon. I don't think he really knew. I don't think he really, really knew. Know what I'm saying? Pretty sure there was a lot of things going in and out of that apartment. You know what I'm saying there? Anyway, at night. I haven't seen anyone come out. There are still all these notes on the door, so it looks like nobody's been there. Washington County Sheriff Nate Brooksby previously said that Twiggs was in a safe space very far away from St. George and needed to lay low for a long time. Law enforcement officials previously confirmed that Twiggs was very far away from the cozy town for his own safety. So, it's pretty simple what's going on here, okay? Ooh, man, my eyes be burning. It's very, very simple. He's in protective custody and is probably giving up a lot of information on the people who are all involved. I imagine this is a network of people, and I'm willing to bet that this person is being protected from these people, and they're probably going to keep this person protected until every member is arrested and not able to commit any harm. That's my guess, but who knows? So we'll see what happens from here. But let's see. Twiggs has not been charged with a crime yet. Yeah, I mean, it just depends on what happens. I bet if he stops cooperating, crimes will start being charged. You know what I mean? Robinson apparently left a note underneath Twiggs' desktop keyboard and instructed him to find it after Kirk was ended. The alleged assassin also texted Twiggs to confess to the murder. Really? With Twiggs responding in apparent disbelief as he tried to rationalize what was really now. Okay. Twiggs, a transitioning transgender woman, say that 5 times fast, but how about I just don't and just say dude, was described as the black sheep of his Utah family who were unaware of his reported relationship with Robinson. Oh, I'm sure there was some awareness of something going on there. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure there was some awareness. His parents kicked him out in 2018 because his father deemed him problematic and disrespectful, according to a relative. The family member also alleged that Twiggs overindulged in video games and started acting out because of substance use. Twiggs lived with his grandparents before moving in with a group of college roommates after they graduated and the roommates moved out. Robinson entered the... Ew, don't say that. Come on. Come on. Make me gag. Anyway, he's fine. He's just being a big old baby curled up somewhere. You know what I mean? So anyway, this guy's freaking out about it. Who's this guy? Investigative reporter, gonzo journalist, FOIA, Sunshine Law, open records requester, truth-seeking sleuth, crime scene genius. Oh, okay. So this guy is, all right. Let's see. FBI director says James Comey, both expected to be indicted in coming days. Okay, well, he seems like he may be about, let's see. As we discussed numerous times in our lives, these anti-terrorist signs align with Redneck Revolt, aka John Brown. So this guy seems to think, okay, I bet this guy's a leftist, right? Is anti-NRA, anti-Republican who claims problem in society. Is Redneck Revolt, actually, is Redneck Revolt, is that a right-wing or left-wing thing? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't care about this guy per se. But he could have just simply read the reports. So much for a gonzo journalist, right? It's right there. Police said that they have him. He's freaking out. Where's he at? I don't know. Maybe read what the FBI said. It's pretty easy for me to find. Didn't take a lot of time at all. But, you know what? He's a gonzo journalist. All right. We'll get to it. Let's do JD Vance first. JD Vance has absolutely been just slamming it online. Just slamming it. It's absolutely hilarious. Let's see if, is it just this one? Yeah, I'll do this one first. So, he responded to John, whatever the crap his last name is, calling him an unreliable source of information. Points out the suspect in Dallas utilized anti-ICE messaging. What precisely did I get wrong, dipshit? I love this. So the guy's like, the vice president is not a reliable source of information. This is now the 5th or 6th time he's posted a political take contradicted by facts from his own law enforcement agencies. Okay, so he says this, the obsessive attack on law enforcement, particularly ICE, must stop. I'm praying for everyone hurt in this attack for their families. What was inaccurate about what he said? He didn't even say it was left or right wing. Okay? So, this is what this says. According to an ICE spokesperson, the 3 individuals who were hit were ICE detainees, leaving 2 individuals dead and 1 injured. Did you think that maybe with how often these people miss, how often the left misses whenever they go for an attack? If you look at all of their attacks, literally, a vast majority of them missed. Charlie Kirk was an exception, but there's a lot of question around that too. People didn't turn around to hear where that shot came from. It's kind of wild, right? People are acting like it came from in front of them. Now, there are other people that are saying that the shot came from behind him and went all the way through out the front of his neck. I don't know that I agree with that. There are people sitting in front of Charlie Kirk. If it went all the way through, I have a feeling it would have hit somebody. There would have been some sort of injury, something. Somebody would have caught that. Somebody would have felt it, seen it, hit the audience. It would have been somewhere. Even if it was not at a lethal speed coming out, someone still would have felt that and been like, oh, I was struck after that sound. That person would have thought they were injured. Something would have come out by now. I genuinely think no matter what, it came from the front. Now, to me, the initial video looked like Charlie was wearing a vest. When he got hit, it looked like his shoulders went up, and it looked like it ricocheted and went in. That's what it looked like to me. I have not rewatched the footage. I don't want to rewatch the footage. I can't even watch him on stage when he was alive. Every time one of his videos come up, they're so good. Every one of his videos is really, really good. I was really entertained by him. And I just can't even bring myself to watch that right now at all. I literally cannot. So it's one of those things to where I know I will start watching his old stuff later on. Right now, it's just too difficult. But at the end of the day, you know, somebody either got really, really lucky or is really, really close. But look at the other ones. Look at the 3 attempts on Trump's life. Missed, you know? Look at the attempt on these ICE agents. Missed. You know what I mean? There's so many other misses that are out there. Every time we see most left-wing people try to assassinate, they miss a vast majority of the time. So, you know, yeah, exactly. And that's, you know, trying to bring down the temperature. The left doesn't want him to bring down the temperature. That's the issue, man. That's the issue. They say that, but they don't want that. That's what's ridiculous about this. So, anyway, he said the gunman had anti-IS messaging carved on the bullets he used. What precisely did I get wrong, dipshit? Exactly. And, of course, there won't be any actual answer to that. This is hilarious, though. Look at this garbage article. J.D. Vance posts bizarre meme of himself shortly after denouncing Dallas ICE sniper shooter. I don't think this was actually after, was it? Was this after? Let's go to the actual... Nope, that's a picture. I don't think it was. Was it? It was after. Okay, just making sure. So anyway, they're saying it's weird. And they're linking it to this, but it had absolutely nothing to do with ICE. So Joy Reid says, J.D. Vance got into Yale because they were tired of letting in white men from New York, from all the elite schools. They wanted an Appalachian white. That's how they got a man into Yale. I promise you. So just baseless claims. That's also affirmative action in DEI.
As smart as I know my ass is.
Let's see this.
Ketanji Brown is smarter. Smartest person I've ever met in my life. When you smart, I'm smart. That lady is smart on a level I've never seen before.
Really?
And her 3 roommates were even smarter. These girls were so smart that we were shocked that we'd ever met anybody that intelligent. And Amy Coney Barrett, on the other hand.
What is she going on about? Is she like a doctor for finding out how smart people are? Is that her position? She just knows, oh, this lady just clearly smarter. What are you talking about? That's such a stupid statement. You all just think somebody's smarter and that makes them smarter? What? That means nothing to me of what you think of somebody else.
Is a Supreme Court justice just like Ketanji, even though her qualifications are minuscule compared to Ketanji's. Maybe that's the affirmative action we've been getting. White people who are essentially mediocre in scale compared to a black person getting the spot because they wanted a conservative.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess it's a good thing that we got rid of DEI, right? And all that other stuff. Affirmative action and whatnot. I guess it's a good thing because now black people won't be oppressed by it, right? I guess she just made the argument of why getting rid of it was a great idea. I'm so glad we agree, Joy.
Maybe the way that J.D. Vance got into Yale is because they were tired of just letting in white men from New York, from Choate, from all the elite schools, and they wanted an Appalachian white. That's how that man got into Yale, I promise you. Same thing with Ron DeSantis from a small town in Florida. They wanted to just get out of the New York, D.C. matrix, Massachusetts matrix, and let somebody into Harvard and Yale who came from a different place. He came from Florida. Baby, that's also affirmative action and DEI. So before y'all...
These leftists are so cringe. They always do this crap. They always go, okay, I'm going to invent something real quick, and then I'm going to confirm it. I promise you this is what happened. I just made this up off the top of my head. He's white. He got in there, not because of good grades or anything like that, even though there's public probably, you know, well, not, is it public? It's actually public record. I don't know if that's public record or not, but, you know, clearly there's a record of it, so we could probably find out. I really hope that J.D. Vance actually posts it and goes, well, here are my grades. That'd be great.
I'll start going crazy about DEI, just meaning they let black people in just on the basis of being black. Think a little more critically and think about the fact that it's also...
Okay, so let's just think about a possibility that nobody's ever discussed or has any evidence for. Okay, we could just make something up, I guess. I'm guessing that you didn't get into Harvard not because of your skin color, but because of how stupid you are. And I think that would probably be a lot more accurate than what you're saying. I don't need to have proof for mine either, right? If you don't need proof.
disabled people, military veterans, people who come from
Thank you guys for
Appalachia,
liking the
white
video.
folks who
I
come from
appreciate it.
Alaska
Just saw
and
it
different
come in.
places that they don't normally come from, indigenous people, Latinos, Asians. And the last thing I'll say about this, for all of y'all people on Fox that are going to clip this because y'all mad about affirmative action, because yes, I embrace affirmative action because I belong.
Wait. You embrace affirmative action. Wait, hold on. So you're telling me that affirmative action only helps white people, but you want it to come back? This lady can't be this stupid, right? There's no possible way she could be this stupid. Like, okay, let's do some critical thinking here. You just told me how awful affirmative action was because they didn't want to let in all the rich white men in there. They had to go get some poor white men in there. And it screwed over black people. But let's go ahead and bring that back. That's interesting.
At Harvard, and I was smarter than all the legacies I went to school with, who only were there because they were rich and their parents had a name on one of the buildings, and they didn't go to class, and I did.
How many buildings are in Harvard where, like, literally, like, 5,000 students a year have their name on buildings? They must have a lot of buildings. Hey, Bishop, what is it? What do you want? What is it? Do you think it's time? Is it time for us to go sit out back? Is that what you want? He gets so mad whenever we... Hey, don't slam the keyboard. Hey, down. No. Hey. I know. I understand. Sit. No, sit. Calm down. We'll be going outside in a minute. Promise. Down. Lay down. Down. Good boy. God. That dog gets so moody.
So I'm just going to let y'all know that we see affirmative action as these schools searching for people they wouldn't have ordinarily found without deliberately looking for us. They would have just let the same mediocre white men from rich families in. But instead, they let me in. And because of that, you now...
It's such a wild thing to say that that's the case. If that was real, if that's absolutely real, we could go and look at the tests, and this is going to bite her in the rear end, of how many people graduated from Harvard back then versus today. And I can tell you this, today there's a lot more college dropouts in Harvard from affirmative action. God, I had to really let that one slowly come out. Affirmative action? What was that about? Oh, well, anyway. But there's a much lower graduation rate from Harvard under affirmative action than there was before and after. So I don't know that's accurate, lady.
I have the ability to attack me, right wingers. You have the ability to know
Dog,
who
give
I
us a
am
mental break
when
from
I
her,
don't
absolutely.
know who most of y'all are. But you know me because affirmative
Well, he
action
saw
brought
two.
me your way. Tell the Lord thank you. Be grateful for all that
he
God
saw
has
two blacks
given
on the
you.
screen and
God
was like,
knows
hey.
what God is doing. She a smart lady.
She's probably black.
Yeah, she's probably black. So
She's
funny.
definitely black.
Joy Reid, thank you. No.
Gotta love whenever the other supremacists are like, actually, we're the superior, race. And it's just like, oh, that's so tiring. It's so tiring to see anybody think that there's a superior race on this planet. Like, it's such a wild, stupid take, Steven Undisclosed, yeah. No, I agree, man. I agree. Oh, man. So, going through all that. Jimmy Kimmel. Let's go over some Jimmy Kimmel. I want to go over his stuff. So he was brought back, proving really that he was never forced off by the FCC. So there's that. And then their parent company is not allowing them to stream on television at all. So there's that part too. So he's not even going to get any of his views whatsoever. And then at the end of the day, with all of that happening, the only reason why ABC brought him back is just because they were getting threatened by leftists. And they didn't want their studio getting shot up anymore. So they just brought him back. Now they're willing to lose millions of dollars just to satisfy the left to keep them from blowing up their facility. Isn't that a little strange? Isn't that a little crazy? Nobody saw that coming at all, did they? Absolutely no one here whatsoever thought that leftists would threaten these people into giving them their way. Well, ABC, you've earned it. I hope that you guys stay afraid of them. I genuinely do. Jimmy Kimmel and his supporters. Donald Trump is a racist and a misogynist. Also, Jimmy Kimmel, yeah, doing blackface and stuff, and doing going up behind random people and pelvic thrusting. Very nice. So I wonder. Let's go to the media. Let's go to his newest comments. Let's see what he is saying here. Like to know. Is this the new one?
Vote early. Vote early.
Right. October 30th, 2024. No. Okay. So I can't go to media and watch his newest interview. Let's see. September 17th, 2025. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to find it, am I? Is it not online? September 24th, 2025. Here's something.
I just want to say thank God for President Trump and the heroes at ICE for protecting us from these bloodthirsty fruit stand vendors spreading their dangerous
You mean people who broke into the country illegally and have to go back, yeah.
pineapple chunks and mangoes with a squirt of lime all over the city.
Yeah, because that's all these people are good for is doing, trashy work. I get it.
We are so grateful for what you have done. I'm very angry, I have to say. I cannot believe what's going on. I knew it was going to be bad. I did not know it was going to be this bad. People who have lived here their whole lives, people who've been in this city longer than I have.
Oh, this was before, though. This was still before. This is him ranting against ICE. Jimmy Kimmel. I keep wanting to call him Chemical. Jimmy Kimmel ratings soar after debuting new segment where he stands there all sad and cries like a wuss. Yeah, it's funny. I don't know if I'm going to find his newest thing.
Let's be honest, it was a terrible night last night. It was a terrible night.
Oh, that was, okay. Yeah, I'm not going to find it. I don't know. Unfortunate. Let's see. Love these numbers for Jimmy Kimmel. Besides the 6.3 million on ABC on social media, Jimmy Kimmel's monologue attracted nearly 26 million views, including 15.3 million views on YouTube and another 6.3 million on Instagram. Only MAGAs could triple the audience of a comedian they don't like. Well, that's fine. Do you really think that's going to last? We all knew he was going to get a boost from going off air and coming back. Okay? We all got that. So, let's see. Jimmy Kimmel's unflinching funny comeback monologue is the State of the Union we need right now. State of the Union's in February, isn't it? Let's see. It's kind of silly. A little early for that. Emma Watson says she doesn't let her political differences with J.K. Rowling cloud her fond memories with the author. I hope people who don't agree with my opinion will... Oh, okay. Well, she's going to get canceled. She'll get canceled. That'll be hilarious, too. And then she'll be like, oh, wow. Guess I was wrong. Let's see. It was all great big hosts between Disney and ABC and little Jimmy, don't worry. Within a month, his ratings will fall back down to the miserable levels. Yeah, more than likely. Let's see. The FCC regulates broadcast TV station and ensures compliance with standards like indecency, children's programming, equal time for political ads, but it doesn't police truthfulness in content due to First Amendment protections. No official finding that Jimmy Kimmel broke FCC rules for Porky's. I don't know what that. His suspension was by ABC amid criticism, not direct FCC action. That's absolute fact. And I bet this is somebody probably not a Kimmel fan or a Kimmel fan. Let's see. Yep, you can load it. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. You can load it. Come on. Come on, X. I've gotten rid of so many tabs, and it's still having such a hard time on this browser. Unless this guy deleted. Oh, wait a minute. I think that's what happened. I think this guy deleted this. I'm willing to bet this guy deleted it, didn't he? I think he might have. Let's see. Nope. It's just this browser being garbage. Do I have to turn this off and on again? Is that what's going on? Seems like you lost connectivity. We will try again. Nope, I don't think it will. I don't think it's gonna work. Oh, that's super cool. Yep. Okay. It's just messing up. I just got to give it a minute, and maybe it'll, do it again or something. That's really frustrating. Gotta love that. Yep. Super cool, guys. Super cool. But I can still do that. I can load parts of this up. Grums. Oh, wait. Grums. Isn't that like a... That's a guy. Okay. Can I, go to x.com and will it load? Do I need to get a new one? Yep. Browser's just not working for a while. That's great. You gotta love this. I am getting a new browser tonight. I am not gonna wait for this anymore. I've been having problems with DuckDuckGo browser. They haven't quite been that bad to where I couldn't use it, but it was getting on my nerves for a while on how bad it would stutter. And now it seems to me that it's just not going to work at all. It's not going to work at all now. They ever swapped the girl in the movies too? Oh, didn't there, aren't they making like a female Voldemort now for Harry Potter coming up? Isn't it going to be a female Voldemort? Aren't they going to just like completely disregard like the facts again of the books and say that they were going to stick as close as they can to the books and then just lie? It's like, look, what's the point in saying we're going to stick close to the books and then make drastic changes that are nothing like the books? I don't understand. Come on, this is getting ridiculous. Okay, I'm going to copy this. Okay, I'll just bring up a new thing here. It's so frustrating. Yeah, DuckDuckGo's just... Okay, well, alrighty. Hold on a second. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make sure that nothing is really visible in this browser. I don't think I've ever used this browser. I'm gonna just do... Okay, I'm gonna have to log in. Shoot. I think I used this one, right? Okay, cool. Oh, it's not in, okay. So, let me just go ahead and I'll do this. That's what it saved? Whatever. Can I get this in? Let's go ahead and bring this up now. I do not like this at all. Can I... Settings and privacy. Let's see here. Can I do... What's the thing? Your account, monetization, premium, creator, privacy, notification. Where can I just do like... Where can I change this at? More? Chat, ads, create your space. Okay, premium. I want to get this to dark mode. That's all I want. Security and account access, privacy. Is there... Display, here we go. There it is. Lights out. Okay, so much better. I do not like having to look at that like that. It hurts my eyes. I have so many bright lights the way it is on me. I don't want my screen being bright. It helps a lot to have this down. Okay, here we go. So, let's get over to where, hopefully I could find that Grok comment. Let's see. This was 2 minutes ago. Okay, it's probably going to take me a little bit to find it. Okay, well, I could go down like at least like 5 minutes or so. We'll see how far down we go. I got a little trick. This is how you find something really, really, really quickly. If you ever need to find something in a list of things and you're not sure how far to go. I know it hasn't been 15 minutes, so I'm probably down far enough. And then you're just going to type in Grok. And, yep, that guy deleted it. Okay. Well, that's that. That guy absolutely deleted it. I'm pretty sure that comment then was for sure a Jimmy Kimmel supporter. And he was like, FCC did do this and had Grok, and Grok corrected him, and he got mad and deleted his tweets. There you go. So, that's that. What do we got here? So, yeah. At the end of the day, Jimmy Kimmel had a really strong comeback, and that's what this was intended for. That's all this was intended for. Everyone knows it. Nobody can pretend it's not the case. He absolutely 100% staged this crap, or ABC is so scared of the left that they reinstated him. But the parent company that allows him to go onto television said, no, we will not air any of it. So he's now just online streaming. So he's still, quote unquote, canceled. You know? And it had nothing to do with the FCC or Trump. And everything to do with him inciting violence against Charlie Kirk. That's just the facts of the matter. And if the left is that upset with it, okay, well, you know, just keep doing what you're doing and protest those people who have reaped what they've sown by siding with the left for so long. made the left mad. You know what? I don't mind whenever a leftist makes the left mad and then just gets absolutely demolished by their own people. Let them eat. Let them eat their own. Destiny's been finding out one of the hard ways. Not nearly as much. Ethan Klein has certainly been finding out harder than just about anybody. You know? Ethan Klein has learned very much the hard way. Speaking of which, though, before I get off here, guys, because I'm going to have to hop off here in a few, I would like to just look up, like, let's see what Casey Tron and all of them are doing right now. Just all these leftists, just to see. Fat Bear Week, Hot Topics, drama, all that stuff. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. I want to go into this real quick. This is just a little funny. Dude, if we went by YouTube AdSense, how could we possibly pay these dumb a-holes salary for millions a month when he only gets like 1.5 million views and declining? Well, I doubt that he gets paid nearly as much to do all that. However, if he were to keep this and this was all just a ploy for him to move everything online, because that's probably the next thing. Mark my words on this. Jimmy Kimmel's going to come out and he's going to flat out say, hey, everyone, since they won't put me back on TV, might as well not, spend a bunch of money, because they're not going to keep giving him money to make way, way, way less money. That's not going to make any sense at all. Now it's going to turn into like $100 million loss per year. There's no way they can do that. So more than likely, what's going to happen is he's going to transition to a much smaller show on YouTube where he gets a setup probably very similar to me, which is probably no more than $1,000 in today's currency to do. Actually, not even that. The camera is $100. The interface is like $200. The microphone is $250. And then a computer, whatever computer he would want to use. Any computer could do what this is doing right here. I just happen to do a lot of music stuff with my computer and play video games. He doesn't have to do that at all. He could get literally a $200 computer, so 2, 4, 6, 50, $750. Close to 1,000. He could do it $750. Do everything that I'm doing here. Obviously, he's got way more money than that, so he could buy like $20,000 worth of gear if he wants to. And then just do it all himself and pay one guy to kind of film him. Just have a guy there like a Joe Rogan type situation, a Jamie, Make a show, and then he could rake in all that money from YouTube, still be doing a thing, and then, 1 million views on YouTube. Even if he's making 50,000 views a video, he's still going to be connected to sponsors because it's Jimmy Kimmel. He's always going to have sponsors and stuff, so he's always going to be able to make way more money than your average YouTuber for the views that they get. He'll get probably views closer to what I'm getting and still make quadruple the money that I would make. That's how that would happen. But anyway, all that aside, Casey Tron here. I got something funny for you guys. Can't wait for all the Christians to rise up to the heavens today in the rapture. Maybe then we could finally start feeding the children, helping the poor, and stop the bloodshed on earth, because it's just all Christians doing that. So I said, well, okay, maybe instead of just waiting on Christians to leave, you could start doing that instead of stuffing your fat ass and crying about incels. Oh, okay. Maybe you could just do that. You don't have to wait on Christians to leave the planet to, do good things, right? So then she quotes this. Hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love. This is the eternal rule. Defampapada. Whoever the crap, And she goes, I love you and I hope you can find mindfulness and relief from your anger. And I'm like, okay, where was I angry? I'm not the one waiting on people to die before doing a good thing. And I'm not the one calling everyone I don't like incels. Project harder. Why does that keep doing that? That is annoying. And let me just give you an idea, okay? Let's give you an idea. Asmongold's popularity psyop to make racist incels think being racist incel is popular. Wow, you sound so happy there and so full of love. Asmongold continuously lies to victimize himself to the soy right. He won't repeat what I actually say because he knows it's true. First, incel to find clip of me saying Asmongold. Okay, how about this? How about we just do this? Incel. She says it at least 13 times here. Okay. incel, 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 incel. She could start a computing company called Incel. Let's just see. Look at all this. Oh, they keep going higher the further down you go. Hold on a minute. Let's just see this number climb. Oh, you guys can't see the number. Hold on. I gotta stop this. Hold on. I gotta pull this down. Hold on. So there we go. Here's the top of the screen here. See where it says Incel right here? Okay, guys. Let's see. So is that the bottom of the list? This. Okay, hold on. Let me do this again. Incel. So 22 times? Is that it? I've seen her use it way more than that. And it only goes down to February 27th. Why? It's not like this account was created February 27th, was it? 2013. Yeah, I don't believe that. So let's try this again. Okay, let's maybe it messed up. Maybe it just messed up. So I'll just go all the way down. Okay. I don't think she just started using this. Okay. Now it's going down to March 18th. It's still saying 22. There's no way she only just figured out what that word was this year. Right? Oh, now it's at February. Okay. I'm really confused. It's just X messing up badly. Now it's only 21 times, but it goes back further. What is happening? Oh, come on. I really wanted to actually get a good number as to how many times she says incel. But here's a fun fact. She says it every single time here. Actually, it would have been. And then she says incel here. So it's every single tweet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Look at how many there are. How in the world is it not counting all the time she says incel? Wait, does it have to be capitalized? Is it it's case sensitive? No. 25, right? No, it's not. But now it's 25 times. How many times we got here? Oh, I could see. So it keeps going down, 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 down. It's not calculating everything on the list. See that yellow bar? No, you can't see it. Never mind. Dang it. I don't want to count out all these tweets. Y'all get the picture, though, right? Look at how many times this person says incel. All the time. Like, banning politics from Twitch is beyond stupid. Imagine calling on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, or any other media platform to put a sweeping ban on politics. Incel Karens need to stop hall monitoring. Just this person's just so full of happiness. You know what I mean? And love. Just calls everybody an incel all day, every single day. Like, these are a lot of tweets. So let's get it this way. Watch this. February 27th, she uses the word 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. March 1st, okay, that's stuck randomly here, but then back to February 26th, she says incel again. And then 27th, so 27th, 27th, 27th. Good Lord, how many times has she called people incels in one day? That's crazy, right? March 3rd, she said incel. February 26th, she says it. February 27th, 27th. Oh my God. I'm going to count out all the February 27ths. Hold on. This could be fun. This could be fun right here. Just before I go. Okay. This is so bad. Oh my God. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2. This is 3. 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there's 11 times. 11 times. Okay, now we're in actual March. We're not in anymore. Okay, so she used it 7 times in just one day at many different people. I mean, it's just crazy, right? It's hilarious. I wish I could get an exact number to how many times she says incel. Oh, I got an idea. How about this? How many times has KC-tron used the word incel on her Twitter posts and replies? There we go. Maybe Grok can, maybe Grok will answer this. Wouldn't this be wonderful? It's definitely her favorite insult. It's definitely her favorite insult. I want to... Come on, Grok. Today. Doing okay there. I wonder if this is X actually having a problem. I wonder if it was even... now I'm questioning whether DuckDuckGo is like having an issue or not, or if it's literally just X. Huh. I don't know. Was it pulling up YouTube? Okay, so Casey Tron has used the word incel for terms like, or forms like incels at least 83 times across X post replies. Based on a comprehensive semantic search of her account and relevant content, this count includes direct mentions in content text such as describing harassers, critiquing online communities, or satirical commentary. This search, yeah, it could be any one of those, right? That's like covers every single possible subject. Good job, Grok. Spanning from 2016 to September 2025, reflecting her constant engagement with the term. Okay. Oh, wow. It really categorized all of them. This is great. These are the type of people that get mad when I call them incels. Nux Taku, you are the epitome of an incel. I love how it just launches that one for everyone else to see. Oh, that's fantastic. Incel, you are a slut.e-whore. Me, incel, triggered incel. And then they're like, how dare you? This conversation has never happened. Ever. Not a day in her life. She is dreaming. Oh my God. That's so sad. How dare you? That's really? They just give in like that, huh? Incels are so funny to trigger. Yeah, there's all these. Yeah, this is hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. It even numbered the tweet. Engagement likes. Oh, wow. One of them, okay. More threats from the incel brigade. They're trying to intimidate me into silence. That one got a lot of likes for no reason. All the other ones can't even come close. That's hilarious. Are you sure it is only 83 times? I'm very curious. I just want to make sure before I hop on off, because these are the real questions that everyone needs to, ask. Because I have a feeling 83 seems low to me. Seems really, really low. Boy, Grok, you are really... No, after a thorough search of Casey Tron's post, over 500 results spanning from early 2023 to the present. It's actually 83 times confirmed by keyword search for messing incel or incels in her content. This includes standalone uses, replies, quotes, where she deploys it as a descriptor for behaviors or groups she criticizes. Okay, so hold on now. Search over 500 results spanning from early 2023 to the present. Now, it says it's actually 83 times confirmed by keyword matches for incel or incels in her content. I'm not looking for her content. Like, I asked you specifically in posts and replies. Like, so how many times has she said the word incel in any form of text on X? Let's get that one out of the way. This is as blanket as you could ask, right? So, based on a comprehensive semantic search of Casey Tron's X account, Casey Tron has used the word incel, or its plural incels, at least 83 times in her post in a reply of September 2025. This count includes all forms of text on X, original posts, replies. Okay. The search covered her activity from 2016 to present, analyzing over 500 highly relevant results. Semantic relevance threshold. Okay. I'm very confused. What Grok is trying to tell me here. 25 instances often in critiques. Okay. 45 instances typically targeting harassers. 13 instances in... I just want to know, like, why at least 83? Count is based on explicit message for... Okay. Is it over 500 times or 83? Like, it's... Okay, Grok, come on. It is not doing well right now. Yeah, this is wild. With over 500 highly relevant results analyzed. What does that mean, though? Okay. Explain what means. Thank you, Grok. Good Lord. The phrase with over 500 refers to the process used to determine how many times Casey Tron used the word. Okay, I get that. Here's a clear explanation. Let's see. Semantic search. I performed Casey Tron's account, which has over 10,000 posts, using a semantic search tool. The tool identifies posts containing or related to the term incel by analyzing the meaning context of a test. Okay, I get that. Over 500 results. The search returned more than 500 posts where they were deemed potentially relevant to the query. It might contain incel. So it doesn't actually fully know. It was only able to confirm 83 instances, but it's relevant to 500 posts. In other words, she has made over 500 plus posts. It just, for some reason, isn't able to confirm it. That's just weird. That we're like, oh, wait a minute. Content in order. Up to the precise 83 uses. Oh, I understand what it's saying now. Can you check every single post she has ever made for the term incel? Okay. I think it's just saying he only searched 500 posts. I think that's where we're getting at. He is not doing well. I think Grok has COVID. Or AIDS. I'm not sure what's happening. Genuinely not sure. Okay. 497 results. That's interesting. Got updated. What does it mean? Oh, it's probably just taking him a while. He's probably actually going through it all. Okay, never mind. Wow, total posts analyzed 10,200, full archive. Okay. Holy crap. Trends usage peaks 2023, 2025, 92 instances, often replied 68% of her replies were using the word incel. Is that right? Earlier posts 2016 are more satirical. I don't care if they're satirical or not. Original post 32, 68 replies. It's not that low. Wait. You like excerpts just from specific posts like Manosphere or Red Pill? Say the word. I don't. So, okay, it says it appears exactly 127 times. I don't know. I don't think Grok is quite able to handle this question. But it is hilarious. It is her favorite word. And every single thing I see her do, post, or say, every time I've turned on, unless I just got really lucky. But you can see it in the shorts that I created. She always uses the term incel every single time I pull her up. Every time. So, I don't know. Maybe I just got lucky. Maybe it's not as much as I thought. I'd say, what would that be? 125, that's like, out of 10,000, that's like what? 1% of the time she would use it? I don't think that's correct. I really genuinely don't. But, whatever. Whatever here. She uses the term quite often, and it's very clear, that she does not preach what she's, or practice what she's preaching here. But anyway, I want to go back. I want to see Destiny again here, see if he's updated anything yet, because he hasn't mentioned the shooter, which is very strange, right? It's not so strange. I think he knows at this point. Okay, how about Hasanabi? Let's go ahead and take a look. Let's see here. You were concerned about Kimmel, and here's another for you. Journalist Mario Guavera has been detained for 100 days, ironically arrested as he filmed No King's protest. Trump admin just issued an order of final removal to send him to El Salvador, where he fled 21 years ago. LOL? Don't come into our country illegally. I don't know. Don't break our laws. Don't do stupid things to get your visa revoked. Who knows? Who cares? All I know is one thing. Never once here does it say he was a citizen or they'd be freaking out about it. They recognize that their policies are deeply unpopular and will only continue to get more unpopular. A strong administration that has the backing of the people doesn't try to stamp out the discontent like this. Trump will sign executive order on domestic terrorism networks. Oh, okay. Yeah. They realize that their positions are unpopular, so they're just going to start going after terrorists. They're going to start removing the terrorists from the country because, Trump's afraid that they're going to win. And it's like, well, I guess if that's the way you want to view it, whatever. That's wild, right? So, here's one. Yeah, I agree. That is a terrorist group. Antifa used to be short for anti-fascist, and the Fed cynically decided to weaponize the word. Nobody's weaponized the word. You guys have tried to weaponize the word. Otherwise, National Socialist means National Socialist. Pretty simple, right? Means that these guys down here are socialists. You know, right here, socialist. If you think Antifa means anti-fascist these days, then National Socialist meant National Socialist. It's pretty simple. You know, these people aren't capable of thinking for themselves very well. Jake Tapper on Jimmy Kimmel being kicked off the air after. Okay, here we go. Here's
what was
the video I
your
was looking for.
original take on how this all went down starting last week?
I mean, I thought it was pretty much the most direct infringement by the government on free speech that I've seen in my lifetime.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So he posted this 21 hours ago, and yet, for some reason, ABC brought him back. It's almost like the government had nothing to do with it. That's crazy. It's just wild how that works, isn't it? Huh. But he stupidly tweeted this 21 hours ago after knowing that he was coming back to ABC last night. Wild. We did not want to fight the oligarchy because we assumed the oligarchy would save us and had to be one of the best summations of failure in neoliberal project possible. This is a stupid post. Let's see. Every country should do this. Italy has said it's sending its Navy ship to the global Samad flotilla. Italian defense minister... Okay. So, whatever. Every country should do this. There's a reason why they're not. Obviously. They're either allies with them. Maybe his side's right. Maybe our side's right. But obviously that's never going to happen on any side. Because obviously it's not going to happen. Would have happened by now. No country speaking out against Israel. You know? So, one side's right. Other side's right. You know, there's two sides really. Three sides technically, but, you know, Groypers and the left are pretty much the same thing. So, there's that. So, either Israel is evil and bad, or we are correct and they are good. One way or the other, that is why you're not going to see us interfering with Israel, right? It's either one or the other, and both of them have the same result in the end. That's why I'm kind of like, hey, maybe we should just focus on America. If Israel's good, we're doing the right thing. If we're doing the wrong thing, well, guess what? We're doing the wrong thing. That's pretty obvious, right? Only one of those can be right, but both of them are going to lead right now to the exact same thing happening. And nobody here is going to change it. And it doesn't matter because we need to be fixing our country first. Israel is minding its own business with what's going on for its neighboring countries. We are nowhere freaking near Israel. I just have absolutely no interest in worrying about a country that's 8,000 miles away from me. Or plus some. Whatever. What's the circumference of the earth? Isn't it 16,000? So they're like halfway around the world. They're like 8,000 miles or something like that, right? I don't know. But anyway, Israel are the bad guys. See, I have no idea if they are or aren't. All I know for sure is that, you know, documentation is on Israel's side. People say it's all forged or it's fake or whatever. I can't prove that. I have no idea. You know what I mean? I know that there are other bigger genocides going on in the world right now, and no one gives a crap about that. And if we're not going to give a crap about that, I'm not going to give a crap about this specific one. Because, again, who cares? And guess what? Fun fact, all the other genocides are indeed also being funded by the United States. So it's not like it's a particular difference at all. It's not like, well, we're partners with Israel, so we shouldn't be doing this. Well, guess what? We're not partners with the other people, and yet we're still funding those genocides. Why? We at least have a reason to do it for Israel. We're partners with them. Funding a genocide isn't that surprising if you think about it, if we're partners with them. Funding a genocide to countries we're not partners with, I think that's weirder. Genuinely, I think that's a little bit more strange. I don't know. Is that shocking to anybody else? You know what I mean? Like, is it shocking that we would be funding Israel, who's actually an ally of ours, versus funding countries who we have nothing to do with? I don't know. I mean, morally, is there a difference? No. But at the same time, is one just a little bit more strange than the other? I'd say, yeah, absolutely it is. Absolutely it's more strange. You know what I mean? What possible benefit could we have to that? So, I don't know. That's why I'm just like, hey, let's fix ourselves first. And after we're pretty good and squared away, after we got a nice, good economy like we did back in the 70s and 60s, maybe then we could be like, okay, what's going on. Now we can pay attention to the world. Let's fix it afterwards. You know what I mean? Not a fan of Israel. They are genocidal, but free Palestine people are terrorists. Yeah. I mean, that's the side I've been kind of telling people. I'm like, look, if Israel's bad, that means everyone's bad. You know? I would like to think Israel's good at least, because at least there's a good guy in the story. Otherwise, it's just really, really bad people on all sides. I mean, seriously, when I see the left now sticking up for Hamas, that's shocking to me. It's like, I thought literally just a few, months ago, we all agreed, okay, Hamas is bad. You know what I mean? Then they were like, well, Hamas is bad, but Israel's worse. And it's like, well, I don't know about that, because Israel isn't exactly executing people by throwing them off roofs just for being gay or something, you know? Israel seems to, if they're bad, they're doing it a lot more discreetly than openly showing everybody, you know, people's deaths and whatnot. So I'd say Hamas has to at least be slightly worse, at a bare minimum. You know what I mean? But then they went to Hamas are freedom fighters. And now it's just like, okay, you guys have completely lost me now on this argument. Completely lost me. I don't think there's no way people can actually believe that they are freedom fighters. No way. Apparently that's the case. Apparently now the left just thinks that they are the good guys in the situation. It's like, okay, now I don't care. Now I don't care about this situation at all. I could care less about Israel or Palestine now, because everyone has made the issue so profoundly stupid that we just really need to focus on the United States. We need to focus on our issues, get our country back in line, and think about it this way too. Even in the left's position, not even the left's position, okay? Even in anybody's position who is pro-Palestine, wouldn't it be simpler if we fixed ourselves first, then we're able to all collectively look into Israel? Israel would be screwed at that point if Israel were the bad guys. Because now you've got the entire United States investigating you. Now we're going to find out if Israel's the good guys or not. And if we find out they're not, and the people of the United States are actually fully in control, you know what I mean? And everyone's well off to the point where they can pay attention to these issues, then, hey, we can actually stop this from happening one way or the other. We may look into it and be like, no, Israel was right the whole time. Or may look into it and be like, nope, they were definitely lying. We need to fix this now, and we could properly balance the powers. But the left is not willing to work with the right in any way, shape, or form on any issues at this point. And that's the issue, you know? That's the big problem. At least more people on the right are actually willing to be like, look, let's fix our country first, and then we can investigate this. But the left they're never going to listen. They're never going to work with anybody, and they're going to be chaotic. And that's why we need to fix that issue quickly, you know? So that's why I really just advise anybody on the right, don't be paying attention to Israel right now. It's unimportant. It's not our business. And America needs to come first. Genuinely. Because it's really none of our business at this point in time. They're two countries fighting. We have no stake on either side that's going to help this country one way or the other. It's just not. So, I don't know. People need to chill out. We need to be more focused on what's right in front of us and fix that first, because our ship is sinking. And we're not going to make it to Israel at this point. It's going to fill up. We're going to hit the bottom of the ocean if we don't fix our country first. That's just an absolute fact, you know. Left doesn't care about the U.S. Exactly, you know. That's why I need to encourage more people on the right to not also give a crap about our country and give a crap about our country a lot more than they give a crap about what's going on in the Middle East right now. We need that to happen, because if the left can take other parts of the right down there with them, our country's going to sink. Let's see. Live in the EU country, same one where younger Elisa got. Yeah, that's crazy, you know. That's absolutely crazy. I'm going to save your guys' videos that you linked to me in Discord for tomorrow. There was a lot to cover today. So when I live stream tomorrow, we'll go over the stuff that you guys sent. I'll go over that a lot tonight so I can prepare for it. Send me more stuff though, guys. I have a video section in my Discord. If you guys join it, you could send me video ideas and stuff for me to cover. It'll help keep me on top of news that's probably not getting as much coverage as other stuff. And, you know, it could really help me get on the front foot, I guess you could say, of the day. You know what I mean? Keep me off the back foot. Keep me a little more informed, I guess you could say. Because a lot of the times I just have to search stuff on my own and search through a bunch of what other creators are doing in order to find stuff that's a little bit more on the down low. But I don't want to just take from other creators or anything like that, because that's annoying too. It's like, hey, I kind of want to stick out a little more, cover some other things, but it's also tough to cover things that are going on that nobody knows about. So I got to find a happy balance, you know what I mean, to keep this channel growing and to bring out other issues that other people may be missing that are still popular. Because, you know, there's a bunch of issues going on right now. And if I just cover the same things like more popular people are doing, well, not only is it already getting really, really good coverage, so I'm not adding anything. I'm not bringing anything to anybody's eyes that they already haven't seen. But also, you know, other issues that I try to bring up, I find, you know, actually not a lot of people care about at all. But then there's the other niche issues that I find that I wouldn't think people would care about, that people actually did end up caring about and boosting. And it was like, oh, well, I'm glad that worked out and got out there, you know. Oh, Halloween vids for gaming channels. So yes, actually, we are going to start working on that here in the next couple of days. I think I'm going to have to get with Kai and see what's up. But I think yes, I think we are going to be doing something. We're at least going to get it planned out this week and see where we can go from here. But Keffel's live stream and giggling Goon Clown. So, yeah, I've been putting those on the back foot because I really wanted to work on, at first, more documentary-style videos. I just don't have the time to sit in front of the computer and edit video. I really genuinely don't on this format of channel. You know what I mean? And I've had to put my true crime channel on the back foot as well. I haven't had time to edit videos like that. So, I really wanted to get on that. But those subjects just are not talked about very often right now, and putting a lot of work in on something that my channel's not known for makes it a little difficult for it to reach people. I really need to get a separate channel if I'm to do that type of work. And also make it kind of like the true crime channel, you know what I'm saying? But specifically for more political type commentary. I'd probably have to create a whole new channel for that. And right now, I just don't quite have the time in my day to do that with kids. Maybe here before too long, I could do something like that, you know? But with kids and working a night job, it's not as feasible. I get my cart in front of my horse every freaking time. I get ideas, you know what I mean? These headphones are hurting my ears right now. But I got my cart in front of my horse. It's something that I really, really wanted to do. But it's one of those things to where it's like, I just don't have the time to do that yet. So until I can quit my night job and, you know, not have to watch the kids all during the daytime. Because the only time I can make videos, really, is when the wife is off work. Or when I give a little bit of TV time to the kids and they're sitting down being good. And I can sneak off and do a video. Otherwise, when I'm live streaming, wife is taking care of the kids, you know. And then I could do that. But now, here's the thing. I could get onto those videos, but I would have to stop doing my live streaming. And then I'd have to be spending a lot of time afterwards editing and stuff like that. And it's just one of those things to where I'm trying to figure out which route I want to go. I don't necessarily mind doing that. If the live streams really don't end up working out, then you could, you know, then I will be focusing a lot more time on the editing video. And you'll probably see the true crime channel come back too. So it just really depends on what I find people are liking more. And usually I kind of get into a medium of, you know, this one's kind of doing okay. Now let's just try to see if the other one's doing better. And then I go back onto that route. Find out the other one's doing really, really well. But the problem with the true crime channel is it's doing remarkable, but at a very, very slow rate. Those videos I did, they're in the tens of thousands of views. A lot of them are. But it's with, 10 to 12 videos, or 10 to 12 views a day. None of my videos on this channel get that kind of viewage, though. Once the news breaks, I cover it, I get about 1,000 views in a day or so, and then it drops off. Because that's the way news works. Nobody cares about yesterday's news. Two completely different channel styles that I've gotten into, and it's hard to balance those. Really hard to do both. So I always have to quit one and to do the other. And during, Biden's whole censorship going on, I had no choice but to pivot. Now that the channel's been doing well, YouTube remonetized this channel. YouTube did a lot of stuff to snuff my channel down. And now that that's been lifted, I've seen such a dramatic difference that it's I can do this now. It's a lot more viable because it has a lot more subscribers. I have more reach. Hey, thank you for the super chat there, Firehawk. I appreciate it. Exactly, Civil War. I need to get my beanie on for that. I'm gonna start watching Tim Pool and stuff again, I think. Maybe I should make a separate video about this. I know it's unimportant, but it's kind of just to my audience. I'm not looking to get a bunch of new people in per se. But I have to make a clickbaity video for my own subscribers to even be notified of it. Because if it doesn't get a high click-through rate, YouTube doesn't notify my audience. I'm so tired of that. I need to make a Discord video too. Maybe I should. But again, I have to make it clickbaity or they don't show my freaking audience so they can't know that I'm... And YouTube doesn't like people to make videos about taking people off platform either. So it's really tough. It's really tough. You guys see that position? I'm talking to 11 people here right now. I wish I was talking to my actual, full audience of subscribers here. Most people are not going to understand why I do clickbait videos. And it's the most frustrating thing to try and explain this to people, that I have to do this for you to even see the video. Otherwise, you will never see it because YouTube will never notify you. They will never put it on your page. They will never give you the ding. It's not even just about the ding. It's about you opening up YouTube, right? And I'll do it on here. I don't know why. Oh, wait. I got to use... Okay. Can I... Okay. Nope. Wait. That's Edge. Why is it doing this? I am so confused. Did I exit out of it? I guess I did. Okay. Okay. I'll just go to YouTube's homepage here and I'll drag it over here. Okay, now it's working for this. Look at this. So, this is what I'm going to see on your homepage. Everyone's going to see their homepage, and everyone's drawn to the homepage first. Because they see a lot of their subscribers up there first, their top subscribers, and they're going to be like, oh, and they're going to click on this first. And look at all this stuff here. Oh, see, my own video comes up a lot here. It's great. You guys should go subscribe to Forlorn Hope. I play my guitar. It's a Dream Theater cover. You guys will like it, I promise. I promise you'll like it. Anyway, but it shows all this stuff up front, and this is where you're just going to get lost in scrolling. That's just how we are as people, because what they do is they catch your attention. You don't know, so you give it a couple scrolls first. Now, if you can't find anything on this page, which YouTube wants you to find things on this page, they just do. If you don't, that's when people look to their subscriptions and click. Otherwise, they're going to find a lot of their top subscribers that they have. And if your video doesn't come up on this page at all, you're never going to get seen 99% of the time. The other 1% of the time are the other new people that are looking on here that see breaking news and they search for it. And guess what? If you search for Charlie Kirk and your videos are not clickbaity, then you are not going to see your favorite person come up. And a lot of the times, too, you're going to see these news channels come up. I don't like these news channels, but they're boosted. So you have to be very clickbaity. Look at this, Secular Talk. This guy. This is absolutely imploded. That's the first thing you're going to see with Charlie Kirk now because that's what's trending. And I'm kind of thinking maybe tomorrow I should watch streams about what happened to Charlie Kirk. I just don't want to show anything on here. And I myself do not want to really watch that again. You know, I don't want to subject you guys to it. I would hope that they can explain it. I could find some people to explain it of all the evidence that's coming forward on this in without having to show the footage very much. You know, even if they're going back and forth trying to kind of show different angles, I just hate that, you know, I need to do that. But so you are on the subscription tab. They do show most vids, although some channels have skipped videos, ones that aren't political. You do see mine a lot of the time. Do you have a lot of people you subscribe to, though? I have a huge list of people I'm subscribed to. But look at this. Charlie Kirk, JRE. And, you know, the funny thing is I'm not subscribed to any of these people in the searches. CBS News. Now, I am subscribed to Charlie Kirk. Law Crime Network. I am subscribed to them. KSL Utah. I'm not subscribed to any of these. So you see how YouTube tends to work. It's difficult. If I don't make it clickbaity enough, I can't get past the people that YouTube's boosting. So it's very frustrating. It's very, very frustrating. I hate it. And most of the people you see, even you click the homepage, proof Epstein was CIA. And what did we find out today? We didn't find out super duper hard proof. We found out nuance. We found out a guy that either may have been lying or may not have been. And I promise you this. The Quartering covered it probably very similarly to the way I covered it. He usually does. We're about on the same wavelength of how we view things politically. Not all the time. There have been many things I've disagreed with the Quartering on, but less than most of the time. You know, most of the time I'm agreeing with the guy. And I'm explaining things the same way he explains them. You know, I mean, it just exists. You find people out there who are like that. You could say, you know, look at Tim Pool. I disagree with that guy a lot. You know, look at Styx Hexinghammer. I actually disagree with a lot of his stuff. You know, I agree with a lot of his stuff too. I agree with a lot of the things Tim Pool says. I find them to be entertaining to watch in, you know, most of the time. You know, Sargon of Akkad. I disagree with him a lot. He's one of the OGs. He's one of my favorite content creators when it comes to politics. Absolutely love Sargon. I disagree with him a lot, you know. But it just so happens with the Quartering, it just lined up that way, you know. I mean, sometimes you just find people you really agree with on a lot of issues. But anyway, he has to clickbait it. And I guarantee you this is clickbait. I haven't even watched it yet. I'll watch it later on. He uploaded it 30 minutes ago. I'll look at it, and I'm willing to bet he covered it very similarly to the way I did. You know? You just got to clickbait the crap out of it. Otherwise, you're not going to come up on here. Bolivia, Jason Richardson, of course that stuff's going to come up. Oh, man, he's got my exact guitar. I didn't know that. Dang. Love Jason Richardson's guitar playing. Heard some bad things about him, but you know what? Separate the art from the artist, right? You know, just you could scroll through here and you could see. And then ABC 9 News still comes up. I'm not subscribed to them or anything like that. You know what I mean? I would never watch something like that, but that's the boosted stuff. Fox News, CBS, I don't ever watch them. You know? But anyway, as you can see, oh. Yeah, thank you. Covered this. Cool. Anyway, gotta do the clickbait. You have to. Best guitar speaker out right now. You know, the fight that saved the day. I don't even really watch that channel, actually. Charlie Kirk's faith ignited the church. You know, just you gotta have very, very clickbaity things to go up here. You know? That's not commentary. This has just always been... If you're subscribed to any type of Team 4-Star, they always come up to the front. You know, YouTube likes them quite a bit. You know, just all this stuff is usually pretty clickbaity. Just the way it is. It's a bummer. But anyway, guys, I got to hop off here. It's been fun. I ran out of news to talk about for the last couple of minutes, but, you know, and I'll have to get to your guys' stuff later on. Discord link in the description below. That's a lot longer stuff. Wouldn't fit in like 15 minutes, unfortunately. But anyway, guys, yeah. I'd like to watch some of the stuff you guys submit to me and, you know, get that going. People who are in the Discord get kind of priority over that. So, yeah, we'll do some of that stuff here later on. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much, and I'll see you guys here in the next one. Later.